In this video, we're going to focus on working with jobs. On the canvas, when you run a job, we automatically create a job for you under the covers. Here we can see that I successfully ran a flow. If we switch to the Projects view and then the Jobs tab, we'll be able to view the job that was created. In this case, it's always flow name.datastage job. But what if you want to create your own job? How do you do that? And how do you schedule it? That's what we're going to discuss. If we switch back to the Assets view, we can see that I have my flow job 0. To create a job, you simply click on the ellipse and then do Create Job. Next, you get to name your job. I'm going to call this my job 0. When you click Next, on the Run Settings steps, you can specify the environment that you want the job to be executed on. And you can also control the warning limits. Clicking Next. Since my flow has a parameter specified in it, here you can optionally specify the parameter value that you want this job to use. I'll go ahead and change this to 20. Clicking Next. You can specify the schedule. In this case, I'm not going to specify a schedule just yet, so we're going to go ahead and click Next. And now you can review and create your job. So I'm going to go ahead and click Create. We can now see the job details for the job that I just created. Here I'm going to go ahead and click Run. And we'll go ahead and click Run again. As you can see, my jobs have already finished. I have 2 runs of this particular job. You can click on any one of the runs to then view the run details, including the log. And now let's go back to the Jobs tab. So you can see that I now have 2 job instances. One is still my job 0.datastage job, and the second is my job 0, which I had just created. Let's go ahead and create another instance of a job that uses the same flow, but has a schedule defined with it. From the Assets page, we're going to click the Flow Overflow, Create Job. And this time we're going to call it my job 0 sched because it's going to have a schedule. I'm going to click Next. I'm not going to change any of these run settings. Not going to change any of the parameter values. And now on the Schedule tab, you can click the Schedule toggle to enable defining a schedule. And we can say that we want the job to start on, and we'll go ahead and pick a date, and we'll say today. And for our time, we'll specify a time of 15:10. And you can also optionally specify if you want the job to repeat. For example, we could say we want it to repeat every hour at 10 minutes past the hour. And you can additionally define what days to exclude and when you want it to end. So in this case, let's specify an end date of July 4th at midnight. Okay. Now that we have our schedule defined, we can click Next. And then we can go ahead and click Create. Because this particular job has a schedule associated with it, you can't run it individually. If you'll notice up here, the run icon is disabled because this job has a schedule. The only way that you can then actually run this thing manually is to edit the configuration and then remove the schedule. If we return back to the Jobs tab, we can see that we now have 3 jobs defined.